Okay, so you're saying that the government, which is ran by white men, are against any type of man that's on child support. They can't help you because
There is a
those are the
system
those
set
are the
up
men.
against men to financially benefit the system that's being upheld by feminists that is advocating against updating family court laws because it benefits them.
So you're
That is
saying
why. And
so you're
so if
saying
you're
that
asking me, who is it that we talk to? I will tell you it's the same people that you need to talk to about reparations. How about
so
that?
you agree that the government does owe reparation and they
I don't.
don't give it.
But I'm
They
saying
don't
that the
give it
same
because
people
they
that can give you the,
benefit from not giving it.
I
Just
don't
like
agree.
they benefit from not giving
I don't
or
agree.
stopping child support.
I
Why are you
don't agree.
comparing the two?
I
One is
don't
a.
agree
Let me
in the
tell you why you
same
can't.
way. I don't agree in the same way that
Anton,
feminists don't agree that we need to update family
why you
court
keep
law.
bringing up feminists and they don't have no? Are
Because
you
my
saying
point
feminist?
is, because my
Are you saying
point
that
is,
feminists are running the
it
laws
doesn't
in family
matter.
court?
It
Are you
doesn't
saying
matter whether
feminists
I
are running the
agree.
laws in family court? Are
It doesn't matter if I agree or I disagree. My point is the same people that you need to talk to is the same people that we need to talk to. So when you figure it out, you tell us, and then we'll follow you.
no, that is like gaslighting 101, Anton, because
How is
first
it
of all,
gaslighting?
you can't compare a reparation to a child support, and here's why. Child support is something that a
Mm,
lot of men put themselves in, right? Because they ended up
mm,
dropping off their seeds into women that they don't respect, love, or have intentions to marry and build a
mm,
home or a family with, and so they end up with a child out of wedlock, which you're so against. They end up with a child out of wedlock, and now they ended up with a woman who probably ain't got nothing to lose, probably ain't got a pot to piss in, and she's looking to cut his check to pay for her child and for her lifestyle. Tough
mm,
titty.
mm.
There's a lot of ways that men can avoid child support. Now I know there are nuances. I know that things can happen crazily, but there's such an easy way to avoid getting on child support, and that's just being a responsible adult and having protective sex when you're just out here having sex for fun. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why we shouldn't compare it to a reparation, because a reparation is something that is owed after something was taken from somebody. You can't sit here and say that you don't agree with reparation and you don't think we're owed that when those same people that you claim that are stopping people from changing child support laws are the same people that did give reparations to white plantation owners when they lost their slaves. These are the same people that did provide reform and repair to indigenous people. It's only us specifically, and this is a fact. This is not a fallacy. This is not nothing I'm pulling out my ass. So you can't sit here and compare the two and say we got to talk to the same people when there was a specific way this country was designed to keep us in a certain cycle, right? The cycle that child support is in, that's something that y'all keep doing. Men had to put that in order because y'all was out here being reckless and having a whole bunch of kids out of wedlock and walking out on them. So somebody had to say, yo, it's babies out here that not only do they have their daddies, they don't have the support. I agree that y'all the child support laws do need to be changed, but let's not be disingenuous. I know that you don't like the idea of reparations. I know you don't like the idea of anything pro-blackness or anything like that. We don't even have to get into that right now. I understand why you're doing that right now. I feel you, and that's cute. But at the end of the day, if this is something that black men or just men in general are really suffering from, why
Mm.
is it so hard for them to find who it is they need to speak to help
Mm.
fix the problem? We know they're not gonna fix our problems. That it was designed like that. We're not
Mm.
even looking for them to help us anymore. You understand me? Just like
Mm.
when they did what they did before, we had to go outside of that and form our own, people and our own movements and follow our own leaders and protect our own neighborhoods because we
Mm.
saw how unfairly we were treated. I know you don't think it ever happened. Racism just never happened in this world, and it just never was built on this country. Believe what you want. That's where you're comfortable. But when it comes to child support, just figure it out. I'm an advocate for men being done
Figure it out.
correctly.
I
For
got you.
men, yeah, for men finding the right support that they need, finding laws that benefit them. I don't believe in women taking advantage of men or taking advantage of child support. All I'm saying is, if it's this much of an issue, who can we talk to specifically? Who is holding? Because are we saying that it's a bunch of feminists sitting in those seats that's denying y'all every time y'all want to change something? Is that what we're saying? I'm really trying to better understand that. Because every time I ask who to talk to, you're talking about people that's outside of the courthouse that don't hold any power. So who's holding the power? These white men, right? The same ones that was right. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, what do we do now? You know, they're not helping you, they're not helping us. But what do we complain, or do we stop having kids out of wedlock, or do we become active in our children's life? I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
Jez, I don't think you've asked a genuine question. I think that you feel like you have the answer already, and it's like a rhetorical. When you ask us this question, I think it's rhetorical. I don't think you actually want to have a exchange logic and exchange ideas with each other.
I'm so serious because y'all. I've heard you. I've heard Jason. I heard a lot of other men speak on the issues of child support, and y'all saying y'all rally and y'all go to the courts and y'all get denied. I'm just like, why? Who's denying y'all? And if it's men that have the power in the courthouse to help change it, don't men stick together? Why they not helping y'all? I'm genuinely asking, who do y'all need to talk to fix it?
You don't
How
even
can we
realize that you
and
talk
how
to
can
a
we
person
as
for a
women
point,
help?
but I'm gonna just
How
let
can
you
we as
keep
women
doing it.
help? Wait, how can
I don't
we
have
as,
to
as
stop you from talking yourself even further
Women
into
want
a
to
point.
help.
what how can we help? And are we saying that we're
But
the
why
only
would
help you
women
have?
help? But Jazz,
How,
why would women help when it benefits women?
I'm
It's so
talking about women
inevitable.
that understand the plight of men on child support and
Oh,
being taken advantage of. I'm talking about like-minded women who actually advocate for men and want to see the best for them, because I don't think it's right what's happening in child support. I know every situation is different, but you do need to find women that advocate for men and want to see the best for y'all. Is that is that what it will take? Is it the woman's voice that will help the men? I'm just like, help me help you.
I don't know. I don't know. Anybody else?
Anton, I have a question for you. Because I had two things. So because I do disagree with you that a lot of men are advocating for themselves when it comes to this. What is one thing that you can say about black men on the internet that you and in general that you know that you can't say about black men, or else they
What?
just gonna. What's one thing that you can't say about black men, or else you're gonna get it from all angles?
That I can't say about black men, or I'm gonna
Yeah.
get it from all angles. I don't understand.
So, for example, you can say certain things about black women that you just know is off limits. You can't say it because you know it's
I say whatever the fuck I want. Don't nobody tell me what to do.
okay. So not you per se, but is there anything that you know that if somebody says it, they're going to get dragged if they say it?
No, people say whatever they want about black men.
I
Okay.
think if
Now,
if a black man says that he's a conservative, they get dragged. If a black man say if a black man say he fuck with Trump, he's getting dragged.
I'm saying my question is there anything that you can say about is there anything you're not allowed to say about black men?
No.
So there are things you're not allowed to say
I
about
don't.
black women because you
You can
know it's
say
going to
whatever
happen.
you want to say.
Yeah, you can say
Yeah, I
whatever.
think it's even. When it comes to black people, we are okay to like bring each other down.
All right,
We can say
I'll give
anything.
I'll just give you examples, right? So off the top of my head, things that you can't say about black women, you can't talk about their hair,
Shit.
right?
Oh,
Y'all do that all the
Who
time.
So
can't
you
talk
can
about
say
their
it,
hair? I'm
but you will
seeing the
be
fucking wig rags. I don't give a fuck about them pieces that I be seeing. Hair
so.
standing up on the top of their head looking dumb as fail. I don't care about them eyelashes. I don't care about none of that shit. Who can't say it?
But
yeah.
so you say what you want, right? But you're going to
Yes.
be
When
met.
have I not said what I
You're
want?
going to be met with an entire army when you say it. When you say certain things,
Who?
right? Black women, they going to see you in them comments or wherever you say this thing at. They probably don't on your
They
platform. They
know
don't follow your platform.
them hair them waggy things is
oh,
on
I
top
get
of
what
their head
he's
looking
saying.
stupid.
I get what he's asking. What can you say that'll give you backlash? Like, oh,
Everything
another
is
a
gonna give you
topic.
backlash. I don't give a fuck about
Antoine,
what. Listen, you can say
when you
whatever
talk
you
about
want to say
stepdaddies,
whenever you want to say it.
when you talk about stepdaddies, people come for Anton a little bit harder. Like if stepdaddies be crash dummies signing up to
Listen, there is nothing that you cannot say about anybody at any time at this point. Black men, black women, they all. You can say
So
whatever you want
The
to say.
only people
So
we can't
for
talk about is
example, you
only
you
people we can't
can't
talk about is
if
the
you say that
Judah.
Kamala wasn't qualified, right? You'll get
Huh?
an entire army who
I
meets
said it.
you.
I said it for the last 3.5 years.
I'm not saying you say everything you want to say, right? but a lot of individuals would avoid that topic, right?
No. Listen.
Oh.
I think you're wrong. And this is why. And I'm not even going to bring it to myself. People will avoid the topic not because they're afraid of the backlash on the internet. It's because they're afraid of the backlash of the person that they land next to. We're not scared of what happens on the internet. We're scared of not being accepted within our own families, within our own households.
By the women, by the black women.
By people in general, by whoever it is that's closest to you. I don't believe that people are scared of anything that happens on the internet because they very much say whatever it is that they want to say. People don't want to be a part of the cool kids club in real life from people that they really care about. That's why a lot of y'all say happy wife, happy life, is because you know the truth and you can tell her the truth about a lot of the different things that you know that she's wrong about, but you just acquiesce over to her. You know why? Because you got to lay with her at night.
That speaks back to my point of us being of a majority of men being passive, right? Yeah. Even look at the amount of black men. Do you believe that 80% of black men truly thought Kamala was the better person to vote for? Or do you think a big number of them did it because they knew because it was their only option because they would receive backlash? And do you think that a lot of people didn't vote at all because they couldn't vote for Kamala and they thought Trump was a better candidate, but they couldn't bring themselves to hit that button?
Nope. I talked to plenty of people that said that their vote didn't matter. And so they didn't vote because of that. I talked to plenty of people that actually was there's a lot of people that are stuck on a plantation from the things that wasn't put into them. Most people are not free thinkers. They don't do their own research. They don't figure out what's really going on. And so they lean to their family members. Most of us have been programmed since we were little kids that we vote Democrat. We have been programmed since children. And most of it, you know how difficult, I don't even blame a lot of these people. You know how difficult it is for somebody to reprogram themselves and intentionally go to figure out what what real information is real on their own. Do you know how hard that is? Because that's why I say put it in them as a child, they'll never depart from them. It is very difficult for an adult person that have conditioned themselves to think a certain type of way for the first 30 years of their life to do research. Usually what will have to happen, it will have to be a revelation. Something will have to happen to them. It'll have to be a life event. They'll have to discover something. Somebody will have to do something transformational in their life. And then they get curious. And then it's still their responsibility to go and do the research. Most of the time, people go with whatever the popular opinion of their circle, their group, or what they were programmed to think since they were little children. That's why it's so hard to get these dumbass black people off the fucking Democratic plantation. Think about it. For the past 50, 60, 70 years, black people have been doing the same thing and they've gotten exponentially worse. But for some reason, they think that it's a woman that proclaims herself to be black that's married to a white man is going to come and save them. That is fucking insane. But we will still roll with it because that's the thing that we've been programmed to do for the rest of our lives. People thought that a woman that said that she was black and that she cooked greens in a tub, that's married to a white man and is a stepmother to white children, is going to save them.
I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right.
Think about that shit for a minute. If that's not programming, I don't know what is. That's fucking crazy.
Vote blue no matter who.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
You
gotta vote blue.
If that's not brainwashing, I don't know what is. I don't know what the fuck is.
I was gonna say that those are definitely tough conversations. I'm sorry, who did I cut off?
Hold on, KLA. Val was talking. I think you're delayed.
No, I was gonna ask.
No, I was just saying, I really think it's sad that, I mean, just Anton's point is so spot on. I think it's sad that we continue to vote for Democrat just automatically without getting anything. I mean, without getting anything in return. I mean, it has been upon years, upon years, upon years, upon years. And we are no better off than we were 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. I mean, we can go on. We're no better off than we're right, exactly. We're no better off. We're no better.
We're worse than post-slavery.
So why do we keep doing it?
Because that's what we programmed to do since we was children, and then we gonna put it in our children too.
And it's sad. It's sad that we don't see it, and we just keep doing the same things over and over and over again, and complaining over and over and over again. I'm don't take this the wrong way, no disrespect, but I'm over Black people. I'm over it. Because Black people we're not gonna go anywhere. We're not doing anything about it. We're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything about
this, Val. Think about this, Val. We follow fucking Don Lemon, and he married to a white man.
Mm-hmm.
He's
yeah, that's true.
This motherfucker can't even have kids.
I don't think a majority of men felt that way. Like I don't know about y'all, but I know, like, I'm from Philly.
You live in Philly now?
I live in the suburbs now, outside of Philly.
The reason I say this, and this me come from the South, I feel like most of the up north Black men and East Coast Black men are the ones that still voting that Democratic right.
No, I believe you, but what I'm trying to say is, like, I'm Black. I'm a Black man. All my friends is Black. Everybody, like, I've never heard so many Black men talk about voting conservative, right?
Yeah.
But I was surprised that 80% still voted for Kamala. So I'm like, yo, that's not really how y'all feel. Y'all didn't really want to vote for that lady.
That's the up north and East Coast Black. There's more of them that probably went out and voted. Just be honest with you. A lot of ones in the South might have talked a good game, but didn't go down there and vote. They got talking and say it, but just didn't go vote.
And I think they didn't do it. They didn't put the action behind it because they just couldn't bring themselves to do it.
Right.
Because the women are really, to some degree, leading our community.
But the point isn't the race thing, because the point isn't race. It has nothing to do with race for me personally. It has everything to do with people using race to get you to think or vote a certain way. I believe in policy, right? I believe in character. I believe in a lot of different things that more closely align with my belief system than just picking somebody. Because if we just want to go based off of race, shit, go to Chicago and see how they fucking tearing y'all neighborhoods up. They gave more money to illegal migrants than they did to Black people. What the fuck, y'all? And primarily they took it out of the communities of Black people specifically. So if you want to go based off of race or you want to go based off of character, because I will tell you that the white guy that was in the race in Chicago would have done 10 times better for your neighborhoods than the fucking motherfucker that wound up becoming mayor in the first place. So am I going based off of representation or am I going based off of results?
Black people going based off of feelings. Sorry.
I think it's the women. The women are leading our community. And
I wanted to ask something.
But think about it though. If you're going to use, but hold on. I mean, this is my last point. If you're going to use race or identity, which a lot of Democrats do, how do you fucking pick Kamala Harris, who's not even married to a person that's using race? How? How do you go with race and identity only, and then you pick Kamala Harris? I could give y'all motherfuckers a pass that y'all went with Barack Obama if you just want to go based off of identity, because at the very least, you went all the way with identity because at least he, you know what I'm saying? He rolling with a Black woman. Motherfuckers is going with race, and then they can't even justify why they going with race. That don't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. And then they'll go after Byron Donalds because he married to a white woman. Or they will not give JD Vance credit because he not married to a white woman. He married to a woman of color, an Indian woman. It's all hypocritical. So then you have to throw out everything and you have to say, okay. Why don't we just go based off of policy and what's best for you from a political perspective?
Well, I'm gonna go back to this.
People don't know enough about policy.